what are some of the things that you might have to convince certain clients of? Maybe people come in with these misconceptions of what they want, and you have to say, well, I think maybe you might want to try this instead.
I tell you, one of the biggest problems we have, which is not it's not a problem. It's just a
conversation.
It's a unique conversation. 9 out of every 10 sales that come through that door are from Instagram. And what a lot of the clients do is they screenshot the photo, unfortunately, of me. If I had to do it all over again, it would not be me, but it's me. And they put together sort of a collection, and they'll come in here and they'll say, I want this, 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 and this from your Instagram page. And the client that walks in, I'm 6 feet tall. I have a waist like a prepubescent girl and wide shoulders. That's my body type, and gray hair. And the client who came in will be like 6'4" and blonde and 27 and built like a stick. What is going to work on me and complement my coloring, my body type, my everything, is never going to work on that type of individual. But they want what they want. And so it just takes more time. What I inevitably end up doing is I give it to them and I say, well, here's the exact same jacket, the exact same. And immediately they love it. They're like, yes, that's what I wanted. When I said, let's try what I think would look even better. And then the choice is yours. And then I put on something that complements their coloring, their complexion, their eyes, the shape of the, and it's an education. And then they sort of see in front of a mirror in real time why this is a nice looking outfit, but it's completely wrong for you. And that, a lot of this is the education of trying to explain to them that it's my job to enhance what's great about you and minimize what might not be so great. That's my job, because this is the picture and everything else is the frame. If someone is paying more attention to the frame than the picture, I haven't done my job very well. Because then in a social setting, they're not listening to a damn thing you're saying. They're looking at your suit and the attention is off you, and then you're forgettable. But if they leave that same party after talking to you and what they took away from it was, wow, that guy looked great, I've done my job.
Yeah, I think there's a balance to strike as well between I've come across different opinions. I'd be curious to get yours. Of guy walks into a room, if everybody notices his clothes, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Some people think that a gentleman's style should be very subtle, it should be very discreet, it should be very simple. Other people think, I want to create an impression, I want to look, I want to have that presence about them.
Well, my answer to that would be words matter. So if you think about the question you just asked me, the verbiage you chose was, which is correct, and what I think people think is, they want people to notice his clothes. That's not what I want. What I want is, I want people to notice him. And there's a distinct and subtle difference there, in that if they remember his clothes, that's all that they will remember, and it's fleeting. It's very much like Instagram. They will scroll past that in a minute. Whereas if they remember him, it's a much more lasting impression. And they want to experience more of that, or they want to dissect what about him made me attracted to him, or want to know more, or why do I have a lasting impression of him? And that will make them delve deeper. And yes, it's my personal opinion that less is more. But but it's very personality driven too. Someone with a big personality wearing sort of louder things and what it's more authentic to them. And I you don't want to diminish that. You don't want to, stifle them in any way. Someone who's more soft-spoken and reserved, maybe you do, because it's more in tune with their personality. And unless they're looking
That's
to make
very true.
a really bold change, it becomes about authenticity. It's more authentic to them, and they in turn will feel more comfortable that way. And then that spawns more confidence, a little more ease in social situations. They're not thinking about their clothes. They're not thinking about how they look. They're thinking about the other people in the room, how they interact, the moment. If you're so focused on, oh my God, is my tie straight? Is it too loud? Should I have chosen the other one? You're giving off that energy. You're giving off that, and you can be loud or you can be subtle, but if you give off that, I don't give a shit, I'm happy with who I am, you're going to succeed. It's a lock.
I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think that's a big part of style, actually, is how effortless it looks, even if it was not necessarily that effortless. But honestly, I think of a lot of my favorite outfits that I've worn, they are things that I took 3 minutes to get ready in. Now, the work really came in the years before those 3 minutes when I was developing my taste and buying things and experimenting. But once you've kind of found that lane, you can just travel with a duffel bag and a garment bag and then be good to go.
That's a really good point.
I traveled around Europe with my best friend, who I actually met through our members club, and it's kind of interesting because we both met through this shared interest in the things that I talk about on my channel, but we're pretty much like chalk and cheese, even though we're best friends. With very different worldviews, very different personalities. Right. We get on great, though. And you can tell the difference in our personalities in the way we dress, because he is would never wear any color shirt apart from white, no pocket square. If there's a tie, it's just a plain tie, single-breasted jacket only. I'm always wearing double-breasted. I've got long scarves on. I'll wear linen shirts. I'll wear cowboy boots. I've got the draped fit. Mine is much more eccentric, but I think that's my personality is more artistic, kind of creative personality.
It's more authentic to who you actually are. And then and you're a very good example of that. You give off a certain energy of when you stop trying, when it just becomes second nature to you, you give off a much different energy, and it's sort of animalistic in that way. It's almost like a dog's sense of smell and whatever. It's just innate. People will gravitate to you or respond to you at the very least in a very different way.
A quick thank you to today's sponsor, Ota. Ota is one of those brands that I've been a paying customer of long before they were interested in sponsoring the show, which is why I'm so happy to bring them to you today. If you're into menswear at all, shirts, ties, cufflinks, the things that really elevate an outfit, Ota has an incredible selection of both classic designs and more modern, expressive pieces. The company was founded by two brothers down under, and I can tell you, these guys truly care about their customers and creating the best products around. They also do fast worldwide shipping. Ota is offering a discount for listeners of the Gentleman's Collective podcast. Use the code JamesLawley10 at ota.com for a 10% discount. If you are upgrading your wardrobe this year, start with one of their shirts, neckties, or cufflinks. They make a bigger difference than most people realize. So that's JamesLawley10 at ota.com for 10% off.